way I think about things is very different than other people. And when they construct a theory or something, they have an idea, they build, it's kind of like they're building a sandcastle or something. And then if a new idea comes, it gets washed away. It gets destroyed. My ideas are not like that. And then I tried to think about exactly why, and I came up with a pretty perfect analogy. It would be very helpful and useful because I think it's a good framework for thinking in general. And that is that when I have a theory that I'm talking about, it's generally like a bar graph where you have different bars in sort of a bell curve shape. So it's like a probability curve. And the one that I extensively talk about or write about at the time would be, the highest bar on the graph that gets most evidence, that fits more with other things, and that the other bars on the graph are kind of like related and are lesser interpretations, kind of, but they're all there in my head. And instead of just having one idea, I have all the ideas. And that's how the one idea forms and gets chosen. And I am very aware the other ideas are there. So people say that I have this ability that I instantly come up with these alternate theories, but my brain only works by these alternate theories. I don't memorize a pattern and defend it. I don't, go into a niche in my mind and build something like a sandcastle. What I have gets built by the things around it. I let them do the building. So it's a very different way of thinking. And if some new evidence comes out somewhere and I have, a couple of bars on the graph are close to each other, then the bar that I've been talking about could drop and the other one comes up, and all of a sudden it looks like I have an entirely new way of looking at the world, that all of a sudden comes into play out of nowhere, but it's literally always been there, and I've known it's there, and a little piece of evidence, a pretty important piece of evidence that's going to do that, makes me just move to the other one. And it's not a big deal to me. Whereas to other people, they like fear letting go of things, all these fears and things are in there. But one thing I would like to say is that fear narrows the mind. So you have to think fearlessly in order to have the things arranged like this. You have to sit somewhere other than the theories for stability and life. You can't just rest in a theory like you would, some furry animal clinging to an ancestral tree.